Hello folks, this is Josh Cooper. I'm a resident of Parker here in Douglas County, Colorado. Just want to go through some documents and kind of bring some awareness to the residents of Douglas County. People that are like me, don't have kids, but they need to know what's going on in their school district. Just want to kind of talk about assessed valuations per the pupil versus the neighboring school district. Sounds kind of crazy. Bear with me for the next 5 minutes. Basically what I've done is I've gone through and then went through all the school districts. This is Douglas County's finances, and they have a proposed budget book. Unfortunately, Douglas County only has an executive summary for it. But if you look at Littleton Public Schools, Cherry Creek Public Schools, and Jefferson County, they have full-on budgets. So when those kids start school, there is no detailed site-based budget that's publicly available right now. Sorry to say that, doesn't mean it can't happen. As you can see, other school districts are doing that. So within that document, they don't necessarily have population, but they do have enrollment numbers. So we're going to make a very, very blanket assumption that, hey, enrollment is kind of like there's X amount of kids per X amount of people, kind of just that general ratio. Going through this stuff, color code is going to be the same throughout. Green here is Douglas County. Blue is Littleton Public Schools. Brown is Cherry Creek. And gray is Jefferson County. Basically, the lines show here's the total enrollment. You can see Jefferson County High. Douglas County and Cherry Creek are kind of brother-sisters, kind of comparable size. The good news is you've seen Douglas County's been growing. That means people are moving in. People have kids. People are growing. So that means you would assume that assets and valuations, new homes, new all that stuff is increasing, correct? But if you look at the other ones, they're kind of on the stagnant side. They're not growing too much. And even Douglas County's growth rate used to be up to over 4%, but now it's been declining. But so let's look at the value. So what is the actual assessed value of the county saying? When the assessor goes out, property taxes, everything's all based upon this stuff. Here's the historical trend of what's going on. You can see 2011-12, there was a large drop. But look at Douglas County. It used to be $5 billion. Now, that gap, look at this gap that used to exist. It's now closed up. Cherry Creek has now surpassed it in 2015-16. Look how much Jefferson County has caught up. So the assessed value, so that's saying people want to move there. This place is of value. The places are increasing. I want to move here and why? But Douglas County is not increasing at that rate. So just taking a pure ratio, like I said, I don't have population based off some assumptions, taking that assessed value per pupil, assume like per person. Here's a ratio of that, showing a graph, just kind of normalizing it all out, bring it all in. Here's Douglas County, Cherry Creek, and everything. Now look at those jumps that those folks are having. Some folks also prefer it in a bar graph, just kind of line them up line by line. You can see the general trend, what it is. Same exact information, just in a different format. Now we can look at the growth rates, how things have changed over time. Basically from the previous year, what is growing, just taking that ratio, like I said, growth rate in assessment over growth rate of pupils, rough approximation of population in here. You can see where Douglas County, everybody took a big hit in 2011-12. Douglas County took it the worst, and how they've all been bounding back. But in 15-16, the huge ones was Cherry Creek and Jefferson County. Look how they have rebounded for all that stuff. So that's just kind of a big part there. So let's take that and look at that over the last 5 years. That same ratio starting in 2010, going all the way up to 2015. You can see Douglas County, unfortunately, is the only school district that's decreasing. So you can therefore argue possibly that the assessment value, the total value of the county is decreasing in a relation to the number of students across the county, whereas other school districts are increasing. Small point of disclosure, Littleton didn't have the numbers all the way back to 2010. I used 2013, but still within 2-3 years, they're already up. They're in the positive. So again, this causes concern. All I ask is people to pay attention to what's going on. There is a lot of discussion about Douglas County schools, districts, politics, and all that other stuff. It does make an impact on your home value. Thank you for your time. I look forward to anybody asking questions. Please feel free. This is a super high level presentation. Please keep that in mind. And thanks again.